going on, guys? Jurassic here. Today we are back to Sea of Thieves. The third riddle has now been answered, so we are about to hop on into the next voyage. So once you log into the game, head over to Larina, speak to her, and find out your next key to the Serling Silver Key. Once again, it's going to be 100% free. Go ahead and collect it up, and head over to your ship and vote on it. So once you head over to the table, click on your voyages and put down the one for the Serling Silver Key. Let's see, it looks like it's going to be starting out at the same island that we've been going. Hold on here. Paradise Springs? If you guys have your own personalized ship, it is going to keep all the circles from the previous tales until you take them off, so thankfully we already had Paradise Springs already circled. I'm not sure, I don't think all of the voyages have the chests in the exact same location, but I think most of ours have been on the lower end of this island.
Yeah.
Alright, so it should be roughly around here. Oh, you got it? There we go. Good job. You know the golden rule. Whoever has the gold makes the rules. The hunt for the silver sterling key. If found, please return. If you work out who I am. This is meant to be for you gold hoarders, but you are fools. I'm giving you one last chance to play fairly by my rules. You don't know my name at all, and although it seems severe, now you must find a way to make all the places' names disappear. On my ship's map, I zoomed out so that the writing is concealed. The north and the middle, a large isle reveal. Sail at 6 o'clock, I laid my feet upon the beach. I found a gaping mouth of rock through this island breach. 2 caves provide a choice. The wrong way is to surrender. The other takes you to some cells for bony offenders. Find a lever in the rocks, imprison yourself to elevate with a flare. Now climb the rungs and raise your glass to see the lonely torch beside a cross midair. Rush there, and then halfway be tempted from the path to stray. Please ensure that you have full belly. Ignore this advice and you'll be on the ferry. Jump down to find a second cross to dig. Now this time on the ground embossed. Alright, so from Paradise Springs, if you zoom out just enough for all the words to disappear, and head all the way up north, it's going to take you down to M4, which is going to be the Old Faithful Isle. It does say 6 o'clock, so it should be roughly on the south side beach, so right around here somewhere. Hopefully that skeleton tower can't see you when you reach the beach. It looks like as soon as you hit the south side, there's going to be a ginormous cave. Alright, so it turns out the skeleton does have a pretty good view of your ship if you park right there, so you are going to have to come over here and kill him. He'll occasionally hit the rocks. Alright, so once we get past the cave, it looks like we head a little bit up to the right side. We should see 2 different areas.
Here we go. Cells
Wrong
for bony
ways to
offenders.
surrender, which would be to run away from the defenders.
Over here is the cells for the bony... whatever. This is where you pull the lever to get inside.
Our teammates will hoist this up, and then we are able to drop it down and pick them up as well. You can also do it solo, but if you have a teammate, you can come over here to this other pulley and hoist you up. Alright, so we made it to the top of that. We found the lever to elevate. Now climb the rungs and raise your glass to see a lovely torch beside the cross midair.
Torch it by the rock.
So it looks like the 2 bridges cross to make an X where that rope is, and a little bit to the left there's going to be a torch found on the rock. That should be the lonely torch. Rush there and then halfway be tempted from the path to stray. Please ensure you have a full belly to ignore the vice, you'll go to the ferry. Alright, so if you stand perfectly in the middle of this bridge here and look directly down, close the book to see a little bit better, there's going to be 2 planks that fallen off the bridge, making an X on the ground. This is where he said make sure you have food on you, which we do. So we should be able just to jump on down onto this. Break our bones a little bit to put land perfectly on the X. Okay, this time on the ground embossed. Cross to dig, so it should be right next to the cross. mysterious page has been found. Another option to do this, if you're watching the video, is just go underneath this big bridge and dig instead of falling to your death. Whatever way suits you. Do not go up, nor go down. 10 paces the cells once more. Now down to the scale at sea tower for repelling hostiles from the shore. Seek a lonely fire-breathing dragon aimed at a lone tree before. You sail that way. Land again, and climb to the highest stone. This pointy rock on which you stand points the right way to go. Sail once more, and up at the high, seek a cage for wood to see at night. To serve your gold masters right, turn your back upon this light. Spy all grouped, a silver of sharks and stone. Fins rise from waves in one direction blown. Beyond the spy, far away, another cross rising in the sky. Sail to this isle where a few fallen Kraken I did find. I strolled along the beach and sought a dig spot that's refined. But there are many things to note to the sand consigned. Once a pirate whose dreams were crushed, a pancake in the pan. Maybe he ignored warnings which explained his short lifespan. Take it from me, a gold hoarder, your downfall is now my plan. Okay, so from the bridge, you just walk straight down and you'll go right back to where the cages were originally. If you guys are curious, the sea tower is going to be the one that we killed earlier. Seek a lonely fire-breathing dragon aimed at a lonely tree before. Looks like on that small island straight ahead is going to be where they're talking about. Alright, so from Old Faithful Isle, if you look at Black Sands Atoll with your spyglass, there's going to be one tree found on the island in one area, and one tree on the other side. So this is going to be the next area because there's 2 lone trees. Alright, so once we make it to the island, you just head up to the highest stone. This pointy rock on which you stand points the right way to go. Alright, so this island is just basically a beacon to tell you where the next spot that we're supposed to be sailing is towards, so we don't actually have to dig here. Alright, so on the tallest rock, if you look directly straight ahead, there's going to be another big island with a archway on it. That should be our next place to go. The lonely tree was by itself, but it doesn't have the biggest rock on the island, so it should be this one here. Alright, so from Black Sands Atoll, you head east and head over to Marauder's Arch. And if you guys are curious for the cage of wood to light the way, it's going to be found on the arch itself. That's going to be the beacon on the island. Alright, so just like the previous island, we are going to head up and see where to go next. We don't actually have to dig anywhere here. Alright, so up here at the beacon, you can also light it if you want to. Alright, so once you light the beacon, you have your back to it, and you'll be facing a whole bunch of shark fin-shaped rocks over in the water, right next to a very small little isle. Beyond these, spy far away another cross rising in the sky. Now they do mention the word Kraken. Alright, so from the shark fin camp, if we look a little bit across, it looks like it's going to be leading us to the Galleons Grave Outpost. There's only 2 islands directly across from it, Plunder's Plight and Galleon's Grave, so it should be one of these 2. But only one has a cross. Alright, so once we make it to the isle, we have to stroll along the beach and sought to dig a spot that's refined. There are many things to note on the sand consigned. Once a pirate whose dreams were crushed, a pancake as is in the pan. We're looking for a crushed pirate on the beach. Alright, so we found the guy crushed by bones. He's going to be found on the northeast side of the island. Now it looks like we just dig right next to him. Got it. Thanks, mister, for your contribution. There's a Kraken's chicken skull above a door. Its hollow eyes bore through me. The way it's staring, I spied an arch further out in sea. I sailed through this gap, and then I saw the right, as close as can be. A place that, in time of danger, has a head above to see. Over the entrance, two friends are locked like lanterns hung. One has an option to escape, the right one has the way shuns. At the foot of this prison, he pointed me to the next response. So to the small isle group, and if you solve this, I suppose. At a tip of the isle, hunt two containers that stand proudly made of wood. Right has fire, left is not. In between, spy away, that's good. Sail now and land with dread upon the most traitorous spot. Sail again, find the light cast from the broken spot. Sail and seek a bone tent around noon, and then through the mouth emerge. Along the beach where a ship's wooden point and rock coverage. Stand between two ropes on the rock and your path espy. This rocky way leads past two torches upwards to the sky. Follow to a junction to dig, make sure you go right, and do not miss this hidden star with the fern within its light. Alright, so if you find where Larina will be at, the Kraken skull next to the fire is going to be located right here. Waits, staring, I spied an arch further out to sea. So that gigantic arch will be the arch he's talking about. I sailed through this gap and then saw to the right as close as can be. A place of danger has a head above to sea. So it should be an island a little bit to the right of that archway. Alright, so approaching the archway on the right side, as close as can be, a place in time is danger has a head above to sea. There should be an island directly to the right once we cross through the archway. Alright, so now underneath the archway, if we look up on the right side, looks like we have a fort. Alright, so through the archway, it's going to lead us to Skull Keep. Alright, so over the entrance, two friends are locked. The entrance that they're referring to is going to be the main place that you would collect the loot. We got two skeletons, both in a cage, right above us. At the foot of his prison, he pointed to the next response. Alright, so the one trying to escape is pointing to the wrong way. The one that's in the cage just being happy and content is on the right idea. At the foot of his prison, he pointed to me to the next response. Alright, so from Skull Keep, it looks like it's going to be leading us over to Tri-Rock Isle. Alright, so over on Tri-Rock Isle, we have one barrel with a torch on it, and the other one without it. They want us to look in between it to find out where we're going. Right as fire, left does not, spy in between, and that's a good. Sail now to the land with dread upon this most traitorous spot. That would be Liar's Backbone, which is where our ship is heading to currently. The skull led to two possible locations. It was either Liar's Backbone or Tri-Rock Isle. Thankfully, both of them were kind of in the right direction. Liar's Backbone, obviously in the name, is going to be the traitor. That's why the next isle is going to be there. Alright, so on Liar's Backbone, at the tip of the isle, hunt for two containers. Sail again. Just find the way light cast from the broken pot. Alright, so on Liar's Backbone, we're looking for a broken pot and that has light cast on it. Which looks like it would be this one. Sail and seek a bone tent around noon through the mouth emerge. So the fire is pointing south to southwest, so if you run up the rocks, looks like it's going to be leading us to the big island right next to us. Alright, so at Kraken's Fall, we are looking for a bone tent. So that should be where the Kraken skull is at.
Why? Is that north?
Alright, so sort of on the west side of the island, we got this bone tent here in the mouth of the Kraken. Along the beach where a ship's wooden point and rock emerge. Okay, so that'd be directly in front of us. Stand between the two ropes on the rock and your path is spy. Looks like we're going to have to get up on the top of this ship to be able to see the ropes.
How do you get over there?
Alright, so the two ropes should be the ones that are wrapped around the area that we're standing on, because it is crossing the rocks. Alright, so we got one torch a little bit further down and one a little bit higher up. So it looks like we just keep going up the rocky path all the way up to the sky. Follow the junction and dig, make sure you go right. Do not miss the hidden star with fern within its light. Alright, so while we run up the hill, you'll notice on the right side there's going to be an opening with a torch and a fern. And looks like we just dig here. That is going to complete the voyage. Nice! So now we have the Serling silver key. We'll have 3 of the keys. We won't have the next voyage though. We shouldn't need a riddle answer, I don't think. There's another part unlocking tomorrow if you guys watch this the day the video comes out. So we'll have to see what actually happens from here. Alright, so it looks like from Kraken's Fall you can either go south down to Ancient Spire Outpost or north up to Galleons Grave Outpost. Both of them are about the same distance, so it's completely up to you guys. Alright, so once you make it over to the Outpost, you want to take your Serling silver key and head directly over to the Gold Hoarders. This should be the 3rd key for him. As you guys can see, there is a miniature chest that opened up, so we are going to need a 4th key. If you guys are curious, every single time the community does get a key in the game, it's going to automatically update it for you, so you'll see this chest like this even if you haven't found the 3rd key yet. Thanks so much for all the recent support on this series. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one whenever it comes out with the answer.